So I'm going to be talking about the systems of sneaker. I've been making sneakers for a while. It's probably my second video talking about sneakers in depth, maybe third or something. But this second really commercially viable in some sense sneaker that I've made, but it's been a long journey because I haven't started lasting since very recently. I would make sneakers by using my foot as the form, which is not professional by any means, but sometimes when you aren't traditionally trained in something, you just go for it if you really want to. And I kind of have been into sneakers for so long, I know the general shape and I know the construction of a sneaker, the strobe board and stuff, so you can kind of wing it and eyeball it. But I've only just recently started lasting, so it's kind of optimal for putting on soles and stuff, which I'm starting to do more of because I'm creating my own soles and stuff. But this is what I coined the 2019 because as you see the design, the sketch on the bottom left, I made that in 2019, maybe 2018. I don't really remember. I drew so many sneakers at that time, but it's inspired by like I actually should have put it, but it was called like the Payless had a brand. I know it's not a very luxurious brand, right? But they had like a running shoe. I'll just quickly reference. I forgot to put it on the slides here, but it was like a free run type of sole, a common sole at the time, and it had like a shiny upper in it. I thought it was like an interesting design. It was clearly like a low budget design, but I thought it was very normcore-esque. It was by this brand, I believe. I can't find it, but I might reference it in the second part. That would be smarter to do, so I'm not browsing through the search query. But I started progressing in the actual leather cuts, and I started getting this shape, as you can see here. And then I started doing different colors. I thought I liked the black, but I ended up changing it to even white, and then settled on red. And here's some of the blue design, and it was starting to become a struggle because at the point of this Vachetta tan leather, I started to struggle in terms of shaping, but then I settled on the red X design. And here was kind of more progressing, and I started getting the toe shape, but I was unsatisfied, so I went through numerous variations because it was too wide. And first it looked like this, the top right, and then I started trimming away the yellow and putting some more white on the top, and the shape just wouldn't come out because of the formless design. And then I started experimenting with the more Vachetta tan-esque leather. I started doing that. I trimmed away more yellow here, and it still just didn't look good. This is probably the best looking out of the last three, or I guess last four. And then I tried doing this shape, which looked even worse with the white toe rand. And then I got to this design where I was experimenting way more, and it has a more geometric shape, but it ended up looking like a superstar, an Adidas superstar, and I didn't like that shape at all. Inspired by like the acronym Presto from years ago that nobody cares about nowadays. Like this kind of geometric shape. And then I moved on to, I kind of liked it and kept it, and then started doing this where it looked like a Samoa plus a superstar, which doesn't really fit, complement the geometric like motocross-esque shaping of this. So I changed it, and then I started getting more into the taste of inspired by the Diamond Turf 2, the Deion Sanders sneaker, the Turf line. I believe it's the 2, but I'm not sure because I've never actually had a pair. But it has that shoe, I should put it, but it has an amazing toe shape. Like, that's one of the best design shoes, except the strap area. I don't like the midfoot area. But I started progressing, but as you can see, I tried numerous shapes on the toe, and it just didn't work. So something that I'll put in my course to design shoes is don't design shoes this way. Design like how industrial designers design. I learned it the hard way because I unfortunately did not have a form. Well, first of all, the sketch, I didn't even go off of it because I ended up taking out the circular shape that was on the drawing sketch, right? And I ended up putting the X type of thing. And then I started doing the toe this, doing that, and then you're just wasting leather and time, and it takes forever. So when you design a sneaker, go off your sketch and translate it onto a last, and then go from there because that's the most, not just economical, but it'll translate your idea the best rather than doing what I did, which took forever. And the irony is my first, the 2018, which I've actually showed a few times, actually, is that shoe didn't take as long, but because it was, that one was just quick because I really stick to the sketch I have of it, and that one turned out really well in comparison. And this one's just giving me a headache. And I'll do a part 2 and show part 2 and 3 probably because I have even more experimentation with this, and I'll show how that went, and show more of this one, and update on what's going on with this design because the sole is done. I printed it, but I'm actually gonna. What was I gonna do with that? I might actually change the sole design, so I might have to spend even more time and not stick to this free run sole type of thing because the sole, it looks good, but I think the design is worthy of a better sole, a sole that's kind of veering off from my main inspiration, as I said, the free run type of sole. So yeah, I'll update and let you guys know what's happening with that if this gets some traction.